All right, everybody, couple more seconds before we get going. We'll be very soon. Thanks, Alex. Good to hear you want to learn a few tips about staying injury-free. Hopefully we can cover some of that. If not during the webinar, absolutely at the end of the webinar, where there'll be a big Q&A, and I'm more than happy to help out. Who else we got in the house? We've got a few more people just jumping on here last minute. Where's everyone else from? You can see in the chat box. If you haven't picked up the chat box yet, open it up, see where everyone's from. We've got Leslie from Toronto just popped ahead in here now as well. This is awesome, guys. This is a multinational event today, and we're really excited. As I sip on my tea. Okay, a couple of things I'm just going to do. Let's make sure I record the webinar, because if anybody who can't make the full webinar would like to see a recording or hear a replay, I am going to make sure I record it and post it in emails for you guys afterwards. Okay, a couple more seconds before we get going. A couple more seconds. Let the last few minutes stragglers come in. Leslie's asking, how long will this be? This will be about 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, Leslie. And if you can't make it all, like I said, it will be a replay and you can view it over the next few days. It won't be up for long, but it will be up for a few days. All right, okay, I think everyone's had enough time now. We are recording, we are good to go. And yeah, let's do this. Okay, so hey everybody, James Breeze here. Welcome to today's webinar. This is all about how to develop superior athletic strength and become more resilient to injury without investing thousands of dollars in training resources and personal trainers. This is kind of our overview of the everyday athlete system, what we do and what we're pushing and working with clients right now, with what's working now, how it can help you, and if you're a trainer or a coach, how that may impact you and what you may like to try out with your clients at the same time. So now I'm guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first webinar or web class. So the first thing I want to mention is that if you're brand new and you've struggled with health and fitness goals in the past, it's not your fault. It's okay. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Don't worry at all. Now, if you've experienced this before in the past, or just really struggle with your health in general, I want to put all those fears to rest during this webinar. You just need the right person to speak to and cut through all what I call the BS in the industry. Now, again, this is aimed for both newbies into fitness and the health and fitness professional to understand what we're doing and why we're so excited about some fantastic little things that we're implementing to get people results quicker without all the hype and the BS in the industry. Now, you may not be aware, but the big companies will always tell you that you need to try the latest diet or the latest fitness trend. They have their own reasons for this, but it's mostly not true. And I would honestly say it has a bit of a commercial tie-in. Now, if you've ever thought the big fitness companies actually want you to fail, you're probably right. Yes, I said that right. Most big fitness companies actually want you to fail, and you're probably right in thinking so too. They don't benefit from you succeeding. The difference here with Strength Matters here is that we actually care about your success. We want to get you results. We want to see long-term success. And that's what we're here to do today. I know you maybe want to get a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, become more resilient. But this is why we're here today. Okay, and we're going to talk about all these things. So just a quick couple of messages in the chat box. Let me know that you're ready to go, and we'll get going. Can you hear me loud and clear again? Just another final take, another final check before we start and get the whole thing up and running. Let me know in the chat box so I can see what's going on. All right, a couple of yeses from Tara, one from Leslie, one from Linda. Wilma says good. Tom says yes. All right, we're in the house and we're good to go. Okay, so first things first. My goal from this class is 4 things. One is I want you to discover the 3 habits needed for long-term health and weight loss success. Number 2, I want to share with you the 3 secrets the fitness industry doesn't really want you to know about. Number 3, I want to introduce you to the idea and the concept of you are an everyday athlete. Everybody's an athlete and everyone is an everyday athlete. So I'm going to introduce that concept with you today. And number 4 is very quickly, we feel that the best way to kickstart your health and fitness goals going into the school term, back to school, everything, is through our brand new Everyday Athlete 6-week challenge. So that's our goals for today. Now, really important, if you stay into the end, if you haven't got it already, we're going to give you away the Fundamentals of Exercise, a video course. It's 40 videos over 2 hours long. It's our main like course and ideas and concept of what the everyday athlete is and how it can help you become the everyday athlete. I think it's some of our best content to date. I've been told off by people behind the scenes here that I should be charging for it, but we're not. We're giving it away for free because we think it's so important to the whole idea. And our goal is to change lives of 1 billion people. That's our goal. That's what we want to try and do. So make sure you stick around to the end, and we'll make sure you get the links so you can download this course and go through it at your own time. Because there are parts today that I will refer to that take place in the course that we haven't simply got time to cover in depth on the webinar. We've only got 60 minutes. And I know your time's precious and it's coming up to 9 p.m. here. I can go on until 3 in the morning, but I may pass out at some point. So stay around to the end. This is what you're going to get. Okay, so if you've never met me before and this is your first time, that's me as you look at the screen on the left-hand side. That's me today, handsome young chap. I got more hair than that right now, but that was a photo taken about 6 months ago. Now, on the right-hand side, you may notice that little chubby kid at the front of the track that's stopping my friends from playing. Yep, that was me at the age of 5. I was one of those fat, chubby kids. So just want to give you a little bit of background about me and who we are and what Strength Matters is. That's me on the left, and that's me where I first started before I got into sports and became healthy and active. Now, if you don't know anything at all about Strength Matters, we're all about training the everyday athlete. We're about everyday athletes who want to train smarter. We do events, we do workshops and courses and certifications all around the world for personal trainers and coaches, and for those who want a better understanding of our training system, the health and fitness enthusiast. But more importantly, we also have our magazine, which you can download in the app stores, but we also train clients all over the world to become healthier, fitter versions of themselves. So not only do we teach the trainers and work with coaches all over the world, we're actually in the trenches working with people on a day-to-day basis, getting them results. Okay, so we actually practice what we preach. So what we're telling you and sharing with you today is what we're actually doing right now that's making a significant difference to our clients. Okay, is that understood? Everyone get that? Any questions about Strength Matters, please ask me and wait to the very end. Okay, so yes, like I kind of said, more importantly, we help thousands of everyday athletes achieve their health and fitness goals. We're doing it day in, day out, and we have done, whether it's been online or in person over the last 10 to 15 years. Now, during this time, I've done a lot of things right. I'll hold my hand up and I'll be proud of that and say I've done a lot of things right. But what I have done is a lot more things wrong. And, it's taken 10 years to discover the following things. I now know in fitness that every training plan works if you stick to it. I also know that every diet works if you stick to it. And I know now there are just 3 simple habits you need to kickstart your fitness journey. Now, that's not rocket science there. It may sound bizarre to some of you, but it's taken me 10 years to cut through all the crap, all the noise, and discover this. The hard bit is implementing it and getting people to stick to everything. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about today, what's actually working. So I discovered this the hard way, and today what I want to share with you is a way for you to cheat. I want you to get the easy way and make it the easy way. So here's what the hard way looks like. Me personally, I've invested over £250,000 in courses and travel all over the world to work with the smartest and brightest out there. I've tried every single diet known to mankind during this time. I spent hours, days, weeks trying to create the perfect training plan. I've invested thousands of man hours working with my clients, my friends, my family, and myself to see what actually works. That's the hard way. That's what I've been doing over the past God knows how many years, and that's what I continue to do and work with my staff who are doing the same thing. We believe education is paramount, and we're always out there wanting to learn from the very best. So I'm going to share with you what I've learned and what actually works and what doesn't, because there's a lot of stuff that does work for some stuff and doesn't for others because it's not practical. We're talking about everyday athletes, everyday people, and getting them results. And this is important for this. It's important to distinguish from the elite to the everyday folk that need our help. So that's the hard way. Now, just going to ask very quickly, would you prefer the easy way? Message in the box if you would, as I take a quick sip of my tea and get my voice back. So who wants the easy way? Give me a thumbs up, give me a hell yes, give me something in the chat box I can work with. I've got a couple of raised hands from people. Everyone does, from Ryan. Duh. Why yes, James, hell yes. Absolutely awesome. Good to see a few people from the actual Everyday Athlete Coaching Program on here today. I'm glad you've been reading emails and checking in. So you're going to see the stuff that we're doing behind the scenes that you don't even know yet. So awesome. Good things to hear. I love this hand raising thing. This is new on the webinar thing as well. We've got this people raising hands and stuff. So I love this. Fantastic. Okay, so this is the easy way. But first, I want to share with you a very brief story. And this is how we got to where we are today and what we're doing. So there you see, it's a picture of my dad. That's me on the right-hand side with him at my sister's wedding last year, and that's him on the left-hand side at my mother's wedding. Now, there aren't many other photos of him I could find, but those are the two main ones here right now. So why am I sharing you a picture with my dad? Well, that screen is pretty much self-explanatory. I'll let you take that and absorb that for a couple of seconds, but in 2005, that's what happened. And his weight gain was profound. Impacted the family massively, and it was just a terrible thing. So if anyone's been through that or had family members been through it, I don't need to talk about how much that can impact what really does happen with the family. But 12 years, 13 operations, and a significant amount of weight gain. Now, it was hard. It was pretty hard dealing with this, particularly seeing someone who'd gone from so strong and able and agile and mobile to what he was slowly becoming. And it's not through his fault in any way, shape, or form. There was that many significant operations, not just tiny ones. We're talking major operations. So quite literally, he'd become the shadow of his former self. It was sad. It was really sad to see, and I didn't know what to do to help him to get back because it was way beyond my scope as a trainer. So once he was back on his way to health and fitness, and by the way, he's absolutely fine now. He's fully recovered, touch wood. No more scares, just a few odd checks every now and then, but he's there. Somehow, we have no idea how, but he managed to get through it. Now, during this time, I tried everything to help him lose weight. Nothing worked. I failed miserably. In fact, I'd honestly say he's probably the only client I've ever failed with. Okay? And there's a big but here, and there's a big until. Something happened last September that took me completely by surprise. So, back in September last year, if anyone can notice what that picture is, it's a Fitbit. Okay? I came home from Australia for a brief spell to do a couple of workshops, do a couple of training courses, and there it was with this brand new Fitbit. In its box, nothing was being done with it. And I was like, oh, where did you get this from? And started questioning about it. Set it up for him and got him to wear it. That was it. That was the whole conversation. Just said, oh, that's a really good idea. Let's try it out, because I'd never really used a Fitbit. And to be honest with you, I was very, very skeptical about the whole thing. I wasn't really a big believer into fitness trackers and wearables. Anyway, set it up for him, helped him out. Here's what I did. I set it up for him, and then after a couple of days, I asked him to hit 5,000 steps a day. I wasn't going to go for 10,000 because that's just crazy talk to where he lives and how he was doing. So I thought, let's just go for 5,000 steps a day. And I said, I'll monitor how you're getting on. I'll just check in, see what's going on. What happened over the next month completely just blew my tiny little mind. He dropped 7 kilos. He had more energy. To quote my mother, he was less annoying around the house. Okay? Just think about this for a second. This is someone who I've been trying for years to help lose weight. Suddenly found the motivation by himself to do something like this. I was like, wow, okay, what's this change? What's going on here? How is this exactly happening? This is what happened. So after the month, I then did the following. I made one small change. Okay, one small change, because it's all about baby steps. And I knew, particularly with certain types of people, and I thought, well, let's make this one small change. So I asked him to start drinking 7 glasses of water a day. Just aim for it. Wasn't monitoring it. Just try and say, let's just try and aim for it and see where we go. This is what happened next. 6 months later, 25 kilo, that's 55 pounds for our American friends, down in weight, had more energy, became more excited about life again, and more importantly, he started to finish an extension on the house that he started over 10 years ago before all this took place. This was just insane. I was like, wow, what is happening? What is going on here? And despite anybody's skepticism about these fitness trackers and just these two little things, trust me, no one is more skeptical as I am about technology and how they can implement and how they can work. But this is what happened. This is a real life case study. And I only did those two things. The rest of it was self-motivated that he did for himself. Does anyone have any similar stories about something like this with a Fitbit or with any other wearable device? They can share with us in the chat box now before I move on to the next section. But to me, this was like profound. That's something that happened like this. So if anyone's got any other similar stories, please let me know in the chat box now before we move on. Okay, so don't think anyone else has, so I'm going to move on to the next stage. So that's what happened. That's the backstory. That's how this all came about, which led to the big idea. The idea of all ideas that we started doing here at Strength Matters, and it's what made the basis of the Everyday Athlete program. I asked the question, what if I monitored this with all our clients and members? What if I started to monitor all this with our clients and members? What sort of data was I going to get back, and what was I going to be able to use to understand what was happening? Well, I did it for a couple of months, and I'll be honest, the results were terrifying, absolutely terrifying, frightening. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Our average members, and we're talking hundreds of people here now, were walking less than 3,450 steps a day. They were walking less than 3,500 steps a day, and they were drinking less than 3 glasses of water. That is sedentary. That is not even baseline ability to move. And at the same time, we're talking 3 glasses of water. That's the average guidelines is 7, which you'll see in a second. But that isn't enough. That wasn't enough. And it's just like completely mind-blowing that this was actually happening in the day-to-day lives of our clients and of our members. Now, this is, a couple of questions come in, which I'll get to in a second, but this wasn't just our members and clients that, that were just maybe fat loss clients, or maybe people who are what we call pre-athletic before becoming everyday athletes. This was included our athletic members, okay? This was our athletic members as well. What we're finding is that some of our most athletic type of members, who have got the six-pack, who are working out 5-6 days a week and doing that 1 hour in a gym, they were also drinking not as much water, and they were also just as sedentary in the other 23 hours of each day. Again, mind blown, because I include myself in that category. I include the staff in that category with Josh, Phil, everyone else. We were just looking at these stats of ourselves and realizing how little we were actually moving. Yes, we were working out. Yes, we were going on runs every now and then or doing something like that. But on an average day, hitting less than 3,500 to 4,000 steps was absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to quantify that by saying that if you live in a big city like New York, London, Sydney, you are going to walk more than the average person, and walking 10,000 steps a day is relatively simple. If you don't hit 20,000 steps a day, there's something wrong, because you're walking in between the subways, the tubes, everything here. So you are going to walk more in those big cities where there's great public transport. However, if you live in the country, or in what we find in most parts of the United States, where you're driving everywhere, I'll use Houston, Texas as an example, because I've got family who live out there, where you're literally driving across the road and all over. It's just mind-blowing how little walking you do in that city, okay? this was big things, and this was big news. So we needed to evaluate this data and see what was happening. Now, a question came in from Linda saying, are your members self-selected for enthusiasm about fitness? This was all abilities. We're not, this is anecdotal data. I'd love to say I've got a study to share this with you. This is just our anecdotal data that we had from a range, and this is what the average was. Okay, yes, there were people hitting above these targets, but there were far more hitting below these targets. Okay, so what I'm showing you is anecdotal data. Linda's asking, not Gen Pop. Yes, absolutely, there was Gen Pop in there. We're all Gen Pop in this type of field. We're not working with elite athletes. We're working with everyday athletes, and that goes from all ranges of scale, what we will get to later on. So, athletic members, non-athletic members, people who are obese and needed help. This is what the average data was coming back. Okay, so I think we all know from the marketing hype from Fitbit that we should all try and aim to walk 10,000 steps a day, but we should all know at least that the goal is to have 7 glasses of water a day. So that was what we took in our head. We took the marketing thing from Fitbit and thought, right, the 10,000 is a good number. Let's help people get to this number, get them moving more, and let's help people get them from 3 to 7 glasses of water a day. That was the initial goal with everybody. Okay, and this is what the average person should do. So, as promised, like I said at the start, here are the first 2 habits needed for long-term health and fitness and athletic success that we found for the average population, for the everyday athlete. And this is what we're finding that more people need to do from top to bottom. Top-end, high-end athletes, as well as the Gen Pop everyday athlete pre-athletic stage. We're seeing that people need to drink more water and aim to walk 10,000 steps a day. Okay? Now, you may be looking at me now going and wondering, duh, this is really simple. This is really, this isn't groundbreaking. This isn't groundbreaking stuff. Trust me, I was in that category too. I couldn't believe that, overlooked it, and thinking about, well, how if I'm working with people that were focusing on just the 1 hour and some habits throughout the week, of the hour of training that they do, why wasn't I taking into consideration the other 23 hours in the day? And this is what these types of fitness trackers are able to do. We're getting to a real insight into how people are moving, sleeping, and going about their daily habits. So it's like Big Brother is watching. Us as coaches now, we have our training portals that we can monitor this. So first 2 habits: drink more water, get people walking 10,000 steps a day, and that includes athletic and pre-athletic people who need to do this, okay? I'm going to pick on you Americans over there, because you guys, from what we're seeing, are walking less than anybody else. Okay, so Alex is asking, is walking 10,000 steps reasonable for people trying to gain muscle mass? Alex, what we talk about here is more about overall health. Okay, this is the overall health section. If we're talking about gaining muscle mass, that's a completely separate thing altogether. But for us here, we believe in getting habits first and getting these in place, which will help everything else at a later date. Because trust me, walking actually builds up your work capacity quite considerably when we start adding things in. And we'll get to that a little bit later. So first 2 habits: drink more water, walk 10,000 steps a day. So this is what we did for so many months. Now, Hillary's in the house today and she can testify to this, because we're working with her right now, same with Dorothy as well. Now, we're focusing such a big emphasis on working with our clients and members now and helping people by focusing on these 2 habits. Because by focusing on these 2 habits, our results were going through the roof. I'm talking all sorts of results, from athletic goals and weight loss goals. People who are struggling to break down their 500-meter row times, the 2,000-meter row times. This sounds crazy. We upped their walking significantly, as well as maintaining those rowing programs, and suddenly their endurance and their ability to endure was increasing overall. Again, please don't quote me. I'm not the scientist here now. If you talk science, talk to Phil McDougall. He's our head of athletic performance. But what I'm sharing with you now is that these are anecdotal studies that we're seeing working right now for people here to help in both athletic and weight loss goals. because what we're finding is that people's ability to endure and their work capacity is relatively low compared to where they actually think they are. Okay, so these are the results, and they were starting to go through the roof. But here's the key thing. These results absolutely skyrocketed when we introduced the following: our monthly steps challenge. Okay, now here's a few examples of people within the groups and within our members who are here on the group. This is our monthly steps challenge, where people are monitoring their steps. It's gone berserk. It's gone absolutely mental. We've got people like Mike Hickman in Singapore who is deliberately leaving taxis a mile early so he can walk home, just so he can get his steps in to get onto the leaderboard. We're getting people who are stopping using public transport and just walking to work every day. What we're doing is we're changing people's habits, their day-to-day habits. I think it's Kevin Barnsley. I think he's the one recently who stopped paying his train ticket. He's saving himself like $5,000 to $6,000 a year just by changing his habits to walking every day. All these crazy things are happening. People are interacting now, going crazy. And this is what happened when we introduced this side of things. Okay, I'm going to pick on Tara now, who just mentioned. I have to say the leaderboard has really put a rocket up my backside, and it's only been a week. Absolutely, Tara. It's insane what this leaderboard does, and we now have leaderboards for running and rowing too, which are doing exactly the same thing. So suddenly, everybody was competing with each other, irrespective of age and athletic ability. Hear me out on this. Everybody was competing with each other, irrespective of age or athletic ability. Doesn't matter if you're elite or if you're absolutely pre-athletic, getting used to the idea of becoming healthy and fit again. They were able to compete in the same arena, and they bonded instantly, and it was flabbergasting. Okay, so we ran this, and we ran the test, and here's what happened. The average steps went up from 3,000 to over 7,300. That's over double. Over double when we introduced these concepts and focused on these things. We got the average steps up to 7,300 from the 3,500 it was at the time. More importantly, we got the water consumption up from a 3 to a 6. Both these results have doubled. Now, again, this may not be rocket science. You may be thinking I'm an absolute Looney Tune here talking about this, saying, hey, just walk more and drink more water. Trust me, if it was as easy as that to get people to do this, we all would be. This is what I'm sharing with you today, ideas that you can take away and start implementing either on yourself or as part of a combined community. And like Hillary and Dorothy and Tara, you're just embarked on your journey now as well to understand what we're doing with this. But this is key. Now, we all know that water is important. And the great thing is that people aren't just getting the benefits of just drinking more. What we're finding is when people drink more, they tend to eat less. When they drink more, their skin complexion improves. They get glowing confidence. It just improves the overall well-being of somebody, and it boosts their esteem. Okay, so this is anecdotal evidence that we found here that we want to run even further and get to a more detailed study. But here's what's working right now for us here at Strength Matters with our Everyday Athlete program. We're getting people to walk more and drink more, and they're doing it consistently as part of a combined community where they're all working together, and it's kind of fun seeing it. It's even motivating me to start walking more as well, because it's not fun being off the leaderboard every week, I tell you that much. So that's what we're doing. And it's formed the basis of our entire Everyday Athlete program. And this is what we're doing. Okay, this is what we're doing right now to get results. So if you've got your pen and paper, if you were to start drinking 7 glasses of water each day and do so for a month, start aiming to walk those 10,000 steps. You don't have to get a Fitbit. You can just use your iPhone or use an Android phone. They've got step apps in there for you. Start monitoring what you're actually doing. Take note of what's happening. Are you as active as you think you are? Because I certainly wasn't. My team certainly wasn't. And our everyday athletes certainly weren't. Okay? So bear that in mind. Those are the first 2 habits that we want to include to develop, not just be healthy, develop superior athletic strength. This really does help for weight loss, but it also makes you more resilient. It makes you so much more resilient. You're moving, you're mobile, you're more active. Your body is adapting to the increased demand it's being asked of it by walking more. Okay? Just think about that. Walking is a prerequisite to start jogging. There's a lot of people we're discovering that aren't jogging because they can't. It hurts, but they can walk. We're born to walk. There's a great book, Born to Walk. Read it if you can. Okay? So this is what's the basis of our program. So there's one more habit I want to share with you, and this is what we use for our more difficult of clients that are finding themselves hard to motivate themselves to follow this along. Okay, this is another one where you're going to look at me going, "Yep, he's a Looney Tune. He's part of the asylum, club. He needs to be locked away, and he's in the straitjacket." But hear me out on this. And also, before I share what it is, it's become quite famous and quite popular in the old online world now because a certain major general has written a book about it, and he's also I think he spoke at Stanford, I believe, or no, I think it was one of Texas University. So he spoke about this. But here's habit number 3: make your bed every day. I'm going to let that sink in for a couple of seconds. Habit number 3: when you wake up in the morning, make your bed. My grandmother was telling me to do that when I was little. My mother's told me to make sure I do that every day. And here's what we're telling people to do right now who are struggling to take the other steps with the water and with their actual daily habits and steps. Now, I'm going to show you a link in a second now to the book, Admiral William McRaven, Make Your Bed. Little things that can change your life and maybe the world. Great book, fantastic book. My grandmother said it before he did, but never mind. That's not the point. But going back to this bed making malarkey. When I talk to people and I'm getting an idea about who they are when I'm working with clients, I love psychology, by the way. I love getting into the mindset of who the person is. And I'm able to form judgments of people and know where their state of mind is very, very quickly by asking them a couple of questions, particularly when it comes to health and fitness. Number one is I will ask them, "Hey, did you make your bed this morning?" They'll look at me very weirdly and they'll go, "Nope." Or they'll go with a yes. Now, most people who have weight loss issues, again, anecdotal, from the last 150 clients we've worked with over the last few months, about 90 to 95% of them who were categorized as weight loss clients who needed to lose weight didn't make their bed. Take that what you may mean, but it gives me an insight into their state of mind, because making your bed in the morning is the first task you need to do each day. It sets you up for a great day out, and you can come back to the bed and have a great time, in a nice clean bed at the end of the day. But it's the first task of the day. Messy bed, messy bedroom means cluttered mind. That's what I'm trying to get at here. So if you have a messy head, cluttered mind, how are you going to be able to process everything else throughout the day? So by changing this one habit, we start off the day on the right step. It's the first habit that builds and can lead up to other successful habits as we go along. Again, please bear with me this, because that's one of the first questions I'll ask is okay, do you make your bed? Great, yes or no. If it's messy, it means cluttered mind. It means we're going to struggle with every other habit that we're going down the route of. Okay, think about it for a second. Now, the other one I'll ask people very often, particularly within the business realm, is I'll ask them, tell me how many emails you have in your inbox. That's another way to find out. If it's anything more than 10, that includes opened emails, then we have a clutter issue there, okay? It's something that we need to be aware of and help to create organization for you to help you succeed with the other habits that we want to build on, okay? So I'm not gonna go into any more of this, but make your bed is the third weird habit that we're trying to talk to people, and we're getting results. Because when people start making the bed, they feel motivated. They start off the day on the right foot. That makes it easier for them to drink their water, take their steps, but more importantly, actually want to work out at the same time. Okay, so that's the book. Check it out. Habit number 3, make your bed. So, quick recap of 3 habits we've talked about so far. We want people to drink more water, ideally 7 glasses of water a day. We want people to walk more, hitting those 10,000 steps. And habit number 3, take it as you may, make your bed. Make your bed. Trust me on this. Do it for a whole week. Tell me what happens, okay? How nice is that feeling when you go home at the end of the day into a nicely made bed? How does it feel in the morning when you make it first thing, the first thing you do and prioritize? Okay, those are the so simple habits that we encourage everyone to do. Now, before we go on to the next section, any questions that people like to ask about these three things before we move on to the next? Okay, I'm here to help answer any questions, or if you think I'm mad, just tell me in the chat box, James, you're mad. Okay, can everyone still hear me? Just double checking because we lost a bit of power there, my end. A bit of power cut. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back online. Hopefully you can still see the screen. How big is a glass of water? 16-ounce glass. I think that's a good way. You know, well, see, I'm trying to use ounces here now and millimeters. Ideally, a 500 mil, which is about 8 ounces, I believe. Okay, so normal standard glass, like a I'm going to use a dirty word, Coke glass that you used to get, like a similar Coke-sized glass you get back in the day, that type of size. So 7 glasses of water. If you can do more, great, but that's 7 to aim for. Any more questions coming in about this? Anyone think I'm mad? Wilma, I just grabbed a bottle of water to get my water in. Awesome, thanks for that. And we'll share with you some of the stuff that we're using to get and track this data as well. Anyway. Okay, so moving on. Drink more water, walk more, make your bed. Those are the key things here. 3.5 liters. Thanks, Talita. Really appreciate that for doing the maths. Okay, so the other thing I want to share with you today is kind of the 3 secrets to fitness that the industry doesn't want you to know about. Secret number 1 is very quickly, all diets work. Now, please, I don't want to get in a big debate about nutrition because I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian, but essentially all diets work. Secret number 2, all training plans work if you have good habits and you stick to it. Secret number 3, accountability is the key to long-term health and fitness success. Okay, so these are the 3 secrets. Let's dive into each of them. Now, for the questions coming in, I will get back to those questions at the next pause. Just bear with me. Keep asking the questions and I'll answer them shortly. Okay, so secret number 1, all diets work. Please don't send me hate mail. If you're going to send hate mail, send to phil@strengthmatters.com. Please send all hate mail towards him. So all diets work. There's a simple fat loss equation. Consume fewer calories that you need and you will lose weight. That is the basic, simple fat loss equation. Okay, I'm not going to go into anything more than that. What is this in front of me here now? This is just a small sample about all the diet books out there in the industry. There's more. There's hundreds of thousands of diet books. Okay, which one works? All of them. Okay, all of them. Just find one that works and is suitable for you that you can maintain, essentially. But there's a reason why there's so many diet books that come out on the industry every single year. That's how much it is. The diet and nutrition industry is worth $586.4 billion. That's it. That is essentially it. The companies are trying to push all these new fads, all these new trends, because it leads to sales. Everyone's looking for the magic pill, the magic equation. But let's go back to fundamentals of exercise here. You know, what do we say the equation was? Consume fewer calories you need and you will lose weight. That's essentially the simple equation. That's what all diets stand for. Okay, so that's how much the industry makes every year from sales and diet and fitness and nutrition in the diet and health and space. So, but here's what the diet stats show on average from studies. First 6 months, everyone loses about 9 kilos if you stick to the plan. After 1 year, people gain a further 3 kilos. After 5 years, people regain all the weight plus 6 kilos. That's what the stats are. That's what the stats say when one of the peer studies did all this and combined all this evidence together and found this. Okay, first 6 months you lose 9 kilos. After a year you gain 3 kilos. After 5 years you regain all the weight plus 6 kilos. That ain't good. That just isn't good. Full stop. Now, this is just for the people who stuck with the diets. Imagine all the diets, all the people who didn't stick to the diets. Imagine all that. So, quite simply, all diets work, but for long-term success, they don't. Okay? They don't. To get long-term success, they don't work. So, to gain long-term success in your diet, it's by improving your daily habits for optimum health that guarantee lifelong success. It's like the tortoise and the hare. It's about the long run. Okay? I don't know about you, but I hate dieting. Anyone else here, feel free to message in the chat box now. Who hates diets? Okay? All right, diets ain't for me. I love food. I love food, but everything within moderation, and you have to have a basic understanding of what this means. It's about healthy habits, like drinking your water, like getting your steps in every day, like eating your vegetables. Okay? That's the key thing here. 1,000 hates. Yes, he agreed, Paul. Now, I'll give an example of my mother. She's been on a diet for the last 30 years. She's still dieting. Okay? That's the issue here. Like, everyone's always on a diet. How about we have some moderation and start thinking sensibly about all this and just improve our habits? And this is what we stand for at Strength Matters. This is what being the everyday athlete is. Okay? It's about having healthy daily habits, like making your bed, like drinking your water, and like walking. Okay? So that's the key thing here. It's daily habits for optimum health that guarantee lifelong success. And I'll share this photo with you now. This is the Nudge Coach. This is our online app that we use with our clients all the time. They track their food, they track their steps, they track their water intake, and it gives them a score every day to see where they're at. Okay, Tara, Hillary, and Dorothy, you guys are all aware of this and you use this on a day-to-day basis. But this is what helps people become more mindful. They're kind of tracking what they're doing, not tracking calories or macros or anything. We're just tracking steps. We're tracking your water intake, and we're finding out how much you're sleeping. That's as simply as much as we want to do. Okay, it's about daily habits on a consistent basis that we know what we're doing. Okay, and we use this via this app that we have with our own coaching program. So we believe there are 4 stages for optimum health. Quite simply, move more, drink more water, sleep better, nutrition. Move more, drink more water, sleep better, nutrition. Nutrition is the final piece of the puzzle for us because it's the hardest to maintain. Everyone breaks their diets. It's so hard. But if you have solid foundations in place with good fundamental habits, like if you're drinking your water, if you're walking your steps, if you're sleeping well, nutrition becomes a lot easier. Because if you throw so many things on top of everybody, it's like a big domino effect. If you put too many dominoes on top of the towers, that's all going to fall over. Really important, guys. Nutrition for us is the last piece of the puzzle. It's about maintaining healthy habits first, like the water, like the steps, because it's like a snowball effect. It keeps going on and on and on and on. Okay? Really important. Yes, there's a need for nutrition advice, and yes, there's an absolute need for specific nutrition advice. But our approach at the early stages for everybody is eat like an adult. Get some good habits. And those are the habits we've already talked about, those 3 habits earlier on. So, just to recap, all diets work to a point. It's good habits that guarantee lifelong success. And number 3, we have 4 stages to develop optimum health, with nutrition being the final piece of the puzzle. That's our ethos, and that's what we believe in as an everyday athlete. Okay, so secret number 2. All training plans work if you have good habits and you stick to them. Just imagine that's me. Just imagine that's me and how I would spend hours, days, weeks, months trying to write and create the perfect training plans, not just for myself, but for every single one of my clients. Every single time. I'd spend hours, days, do percentages, calculations, and it was mostly all for nothing. Because that perfect 12-week plan wasn't so perfect. Why? Well, because as an everyday athlete, as the everyday person who has life that gets in the way, it tends to get around in the way in day 21. because you have family, you have work, you have friends, you get sickness, you just everything in life takes place. So here's the most important thing. You can try and aim for that most perfect 12-week plan, but when you're dealing with everyday people, everyday clients, everyday athletes, life will get in the way. Just accept it. Just accept it. If you're an everyday athlete or if you're a trainer and coach, please, this is going to save you thousands and thousands of hours of your time trying to write this perfect program. Yes, they'll work for the very high-end elite performers, but you speaking and working with a dad who's got 3 kids, who's getting very little sleep and he's working in the city, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to get him to stick to a 12-week, 5-day-a-week training plan unless something else is out there helping him getting it done. Okay, that's my personal experience. This is what we work with clients. This is what we work with people and share with them about. It's okay. Training plans and life get in the way. It's about getting back on track once we've found these things. And this is what we're really implementing here at Strength Matters, is creating plans that work around people's schedules that they can actually achieve and get done. Because it's about little and often over the long haul. Okay, so bear that in mind. If you've tried a 12-week plan and failed before, in fact, I'm going to ask a question now to everybody. Who here has tried a 12-week training plan and given up after 2 weeks? I have. Who else has? Go on, comment in the box. Let's find out who else has tried doing a 12-week plan and in and around day 14 to day 28, who has had something come in the way and stop it from happening? We've got Kurt, we've got Paula. Who else has done it? Or you're all perfect specimens? Tara, Linda, Ryan, even before 2 weeks from Ryan. Yep, Rich, I have. Guys, it's true, right? I'm talking sense here. This is what happens. This is what we understand, okay? So it's about creating ways to get around this and limit this and understand that it's okay. Most training plans have a 2-week lifespan, and it's about adapting and making sure you stick to those kind of 2-week rituals. That's what we do. So that's me. Every time I see this and I do this, and it's like, the frustration comes into play. So here's what we believe the perfect training plan is. Good habits plus training plan you can do equals the perfect training plan. Just please, just absorb that slide, listen to it, look at it, and just understand that to us is the perfect training plan. I'm going to take a sip of my water and just allow you to read that a little bit more. And also the first part of that equation is good habits. That's why we're hammering home the good habits first. Because once we have good habits in place, once you have the basics in place, we're creating a foundation to make it easier for everything else to come into play. Okay, so that is what we believe is the perfect training plan. So to recap, all training plans work if you stick to them and you have good, healthy habits. Please, if you're a budding trainer out there, or if you're at home, a fitness enthusiast at home, trust me, you'll save years of your life by just understanding that concept. Okay, number 3, accountability is the key to long-term health and fitness success. This is huge. This is huge. Everyone needs a coach. I have a coach. Phil trains me. Okay, Phil. I make sure he programs my workouts, so I have someone accountable to make sure I turn up every day and go to the gym. Now, if Hillary's still listening, Hillary's my other accountability buddy, because actually we met in the gym, and she a big hello from her in the chat box, and she's my other accountability buddy. In fact, I turn up every day and I make sure I see Hillary. In fact, I'm probably her accountability buddy too, to make sure she shows up and does her workout. So accountability is the most important thing. It's about having someone to not let down. It's just phenomenal. And once you have that accountability, everything in health and fitness changes. You can't let that other person down or your team. So read that quote. Read that quote. I'm not going to read it out to you now. Everyone can read here now. Please read that. Thomas S. Monson. What a great guy he is. So bear that in mind, because You can increase your chances of success by up to 85% by doing just these things. I'm going to go back to that quote. We'll read that quote one more time. This is how you're going to increase your chances of success by up to 85% with these three things. Number one, hire a coach. That's me. Two, be part of a like-minded community striving towards the same goals. And three, you report and measure your performance. Have a coach, be part of a like-minded community striving towards their goals, and report and measure your performance. Because we need to know where we're at every given time, and we need to know where we're going and what we're aiming for. So those three things are vital to your success in health and fitness. Again, it's not rocket science, but it's the implementation that's important. And this is what forms the basis of everything that we do at Strength Matters. This is what we do with our clients. This is how we train people. This is how we train ourselves. We make sure each of us are holding ourselves accountable for everything that we do because we want to keep moving forward. Okay, so accountability is the number one thing that we're finding. It's like the secret sauce with everything else, the good habits, the training plans that come together that people can stick to. With the accountability and this community of everyone striving and working together, that's the secret sauce of Strength Matters. That is what we're doing to get people results on a day-to-day basis. Here's a very brief example of our online training portal that we use to gain information and get people to use. All our clients log in every day, and then we're monitoring them. We're finding out what their 1 mile run times are, their 500-meter row times. We're finding their compliance rates. This is me, okay? This is me as a demo account, okay? I'm not quite that bad, okay, everybody? But we know and can tell people's compliance to their workouts in an instant from their 7-day, 30-day, and 90-day compliance rates. That's huge. That's such important. And sorry, Wilma just asked very quickly, what do you do with a client who just won't track? Wilma, we have a polite conversation, and we say that they're probably not the best fit for what we're trying to do, because people who don't track tend to be the wrong fit for people here at Strength Matters, because most people here, no matter where they're starting, if at the bottom, just starting out in their whole health and fitness journey, or right at the top, they're high achievers, and they want to really push themselves and do better and not let the community down. So that's kind of what we have that conversation. We have a conversation once or twice, and then on the third time we say, well, maybe this isn't the right thing for you. Because at the end of the day, they're not getting results, we're not helping them get results, and we're probably just a bad fit. Okay, so that's an example of the training portal of what we can see. This is another thing. This is behind the scenes of what our coaching portal with that habit app does. We have access to everybody's movements. We are Big Brother. Again, this is me. Please, this is a demo account. Okay, don't ignore the data. I'm not getting 0 hours of sleep. I'm eating more than 2.4 fruits and veggies per day. But the point is, we're monitoring this at the same time as delivering the workouts. And by helping people monitor and track what they're doing, it's self-sustainable, and we're giving them the skills to move on with life and get the results quicker, track what they're doing, and then more importantly, have fun without dieting. Okay? This is key. This is the insight into what we're using to track all these things and help motivate people. And so it can hopefully help motivate you at some point. So, just to recap, accountability can increase your chances of success by up to 85%. Accountability is key. Get good habits, get good training plans that kind of fit within people's schedules, and hold people accountable. Okay, that is what's going to increase up to 85%, because when you hold people accountable, you measure their performance, they're relying on you. They're seeing you, and they're like talking to you, interacting on a day-to-day basis to help them get the results, and you're helping them provide the results. Okay, so very quick 60-second break as I have a quick drink of water if I go on to the next stage. In the meantime, please, any questions coming through at this stage on what we've just talked about before we go into the next and final stage, which is kind of the everyday athlete ethos, please come through the box and I will get to them here now for you. Hillary's saying she's better get to the gym tomorrow. Absolutely, Hillary. I'll be there at 7 a.m. If you're not there, I will not hold. I will. Well, I'll disown you. Essentially, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll disown you. You'll let me down from all the good work and all the good words I'm telling you about today. Did I miss it? Where's the coaching and accountability? Calls in the portal. The coaching and accountability comes from just us, the interaction they have with us on a day-to-day basis. So people are messaging us in, we're messaging us back. But we'll get to that a little bit later on in more specifics. So people are getting accountability because they're logging their workouts, they're saying what they're doing, how much they're lifting, how much they've done on the rower, for example, and then messaging back and forth with our coaches. So every day they'll have some form of interaction with their coaches because they get emailed their workouts every day. They'll need to track in their water logs each day. So it's an ongoing basis. So it's a daily accountability. We call it like Facebook. Everyone checks Facebook nearly every 100 times a day. We try and get our clients to log in at least 3 to 5 times a day using these apps. Anyway, not just emails. This is all personal messaging. Exactly, Linda. We use everything like that. It's just so personal and so intense. That's what you need. Real relationships with real people. Okay, so what is the everyday athlete? I'm an everyday athlete. I'd like to think that all of you are everyday athletes. Okay? The everyday athlete is every one of us here. It's not the elite performer. It's us. It's like the people who want to be active, who want to get up and do things. We believe that everyone is an athlete. Everyone needs to move. Everyone needs to be more athletic. And this really stuck home with me when I see walking down the streets in local towns and villages where I'm seeing people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s shuffling their feet along. Okay? That's not, life gets in the way, but there's things that we can do to help these people become more athletic. And that's the goal. The everyday athlete is striving to become more athletic, to be better at the task of life. Okay? To enjoy life, be better at life. We're not training for a specific sport or competition. We can do that as well. But we're talking about getting the basics in right so everyone can lead a better overall life. Okay, and that is the everyday athlete. We believe in health and longevity before anything else. And this is why we're talking about walking, steps, making your bed to some extent. Okay, we believe in health and longevity before anything else. It's a lot less about counting calories and more about living to 100. That's what we like to say. We all want to live to 100, hopefully, and live a good life. And that's what our goal is, to help people live a long and healthy lifestyle, okay? And have workouts and training plans and healthy habits that can fit in with their life. And trust me, everyone needs to live a life. I totally get it. Everyone needs to live a little and enjoy life out there. And that's what we're trying to get people to do, okay? We want to make you better at your day-to-day tasks to make life easier so you can make it more enjoyable. Okay, but the everyday athlete has to establish good fundamental lifestyle habits first. That's what we believe in. It comes fundamental lifestyle habits first. Then we focus on training your weaknesses. Really big, important bit here. Most people like to train their strengths. We focus on training your weaknesses to bring them up towards your strengths. And then together, when we have everything in balance, we then start bringing your strengths up alongside your weaknesses, and it makes you more athletic. But more importantly, it helps you become more resilient to injury, and it helps you lose weight faster if weight loss is your goal. Really important to understand that. We focus on training your weaknesses so that we can become more athletic overall. Now, take a couple of seconds to look at the screen. I'm going to share with you very quickly the 10 components of athleticism that we believe in here at Strength Matters, what makes up the whole Everyday Athlete program. Now, for those who've stayed on the webinar this long and listened to me talk and chat, we will provide you the course, the Everyday Athlete Fundamentals of Exercise course. This covers this in much more detail. This is a whole separate webinar on itself. But essentially, there are 10 components of athleticism that we're looking at. Balance and coordination, mobility and flexibility, stability. They are what we believe are layer 1 foundation skills. Okay, they're the layer 1 foundation that people need to have. Layer 2 is strength and cardiovascular capacity. And then layer 3 is speed, power, agility, and endurance. Now, number 10, mental resilience. that oversees everything and intertwines everything. Most people who are mentally sound and mentally resilient, they can lead a good life and they can be stronger than most. We can't leave it out from these whole 10 components. It's really important to us. And it intertwines absolutely everything. Now, layer 1 is what we call a rookie, layer 2 is what we call the explorer, and layer 3 is what we call a pro in our 3 levels of everyday athlete. What we find is that most people love to start training layers 2 and layers 3, but they absolutely have no basis and grounding in layer 1 fundamentals. This leads to injury, this leads to reduced athletic performance, and this is what we try and get across to people. As we're building good, healthy habits with the walking and the water, we need to build good, healthy habits with the layer 1 foundations of balance and coordination, mobility and flexibility, and stability. Most people, believe it or not, no matter how good they are, if they don't pass this test at level 1, we take them back to layer 1 and we get them up to a level fairly quickly so they can progress to layer 2 and then layer 3. We have multiple standards, we have multiple tests in this. We'll explain it more in the 40-day, in the Fundamentals of Exercise course, but bear this in mind. Those are our 3 levels, rookie, explorer, and pro, and we base all our training on these 10 components of athleticism alongside our 7 fundamental human movements, okay? To be athletic, you need these 10 components. This is what we believe, this is what we fundamentally believe in, and it starts off in this order, essentially. But we focus on layer number 1 first. Quick test for those who have never done any of our tests before. Stand up, wherever you are, stand up, and I want you to stand on one foot, close your eyes, and count to 15 for me. Okay, so I'm going to pause very quickly. I want everyone to very quickly stand up, stand on one foot, close your eyes, count to 15. Let me know if you can hold your balance. Just say a simple yes or a simple no in the chat box. For those who are on our coaching program, no cheating, you've already done it, we already know your results. So have a go, give it a go. Kurt just raised his hand. So what results have we got? Who's able to do it? Tara's a no, Jonathan's a yes. Linda's got vertigo and neuropathy, nope. Alex a yes. Felita's 10 seconds, yes from Rich. Solid as rock from Ryan, awesome. Yes from Barb, hey, awesome, guys. Anyway, look, 15 seconds with no lean, fantastic. So I'm just giving you an example. That is just one mini test of several tests of our layer 1 foundations. If people can't hold their balance on one leg, which test on both, for more than 15 seconds, that's a red flag for us. And we know we need to look at it because that's an underlying issue that if we start building strength and cardiovascular capacity on top of, something's going to crumble at one point. And a hell yeah to Dorothy, that's much better than my original test. That's good to know the program is working, okay? That's really good news. So that's just a foundation idea of how we build and structure all our workouts together. It's based on the 10 components of athleticism. We want people to be lean, healthy, strong individuals that can move well. And it comes from focusing on layer 1 foundations first. And like I said, are you a rookie, an explorer, or a pro? When I did the test, I believe it or not, I actually fell back into the rookie category. I had to go back and work on my mobility and stability very quickly. I'm back up there now, finally back up at the pro section. But my God, this is what we had to work on. Nolene's asking very quickly, do you use any of the FMS tests during assessments? Nolene, we love the FMS. We are a big believer in the FMS, and I think it's a fundamental, useful tool to have. However, this is our system that we work with online and in person around the world. We found this system is to be more useful when you're not face-to-face with people. We had to make a system that was essentially idiot-proof, I think is the nicest way, and that no one can cheat, right? And this is what we're doing and part of our test. So we understand the FMS, we understand all those types of things. We've done all the courses and workshops, but these are what we've adapted and used to make things scalable and also make it work online like this, where we can't see people. Okay. Connor, can original strength be used to address those first three absolutely, we love OS. We can't say enough good things about OS, and we use a lot of OS in our trainings. So Connor, 100%. Big shout out to Tim and Danny from OS. We love them to bits, and we use a lot of their work. So yes, 100%. But that's not part of our testing protocol. We use it as part of the training protocol. Okay, so those are the 3 levels: Rookie, Explorer, and Pro. And it's all about finding out where you sit and finding the right workout and plans that suit for you. Now, most people end up starting as a rookie, but they can progress quite quickly to a pro. Some people will happily stay at an Explorer because they have a lot of underlying training issues. But that's essentially part of the system that you'll learn more about when you get the free course of the fundamentals of exercise. And we'll send you a link straight after we complete this webinar today. So let me ask you a question. If you were to implement everything that we've talked about today, those new habits, those new principles, start drinking more water, taking those steps, understanding more about those 3 secrets, how do you think you feel? How do you think your body will react to all this? Share in the comments. Let me know what you think will happen if you start implementing all these things together. Who's just kind of excited? Linda says, I do those things, they work, fantastic. Who's kind of excited about hearing these things and hearing something that these things are so simple that they just simply work? Hillary's just raised her hand. Kurt says, I must walk more. Trust me, I feel exactly the same thing. Connor raised his hand. Talita says, I used to do that for about 4.5 years, then work went crazy. Yep, we totally get it. Life gets in the way. Paula says, love it, so simple. Well, is this something that you guys could start to implement straight away? Is this something that you can do as soon as you can, which has fewer injuries and better results? Yep, absolutely. Alex says, I need to remind myself to drink. Yep, absolutely, totally agree. So the point is, if you follow what I showed you today, if you start changing your habits, realize that all diets and training plans work, and just you've got a little bit more accountability in your life, do you think this could work for you? Quite simply, yes or no. In the chat box now, do you think this could work for you? Yes, 100%. Connie, yes. Rich, yes. Great results just come from simple processes. Absolutely, Ryan, we totally agree with that. Yes, lots of yeses coming in. Okay, from something so simple from making the bed, drinking water, and walking more, how many of you are excited about just what we're talking about today? Or I'll ask another question as I take a sip of water. How many of you are feeling slightly overwhelmed by everything we've covered today? Is it quite hard to process and take everything in? Because it is a lot to take in. I've covered a lot today and a lot of fairly simple, but they're not so simple concepts. Ryan says, already make my bed. Should I make it twice? Yes, you should, Ryan. Absolutely. Tara says, I'm already excited about starting my EA journey. Yep, awesome. Truth kind of hurts from Kurt. Yeah, it does. It really is. And this, we don't want it to hurt. We certainly want to make it a little bit easier on you guys. But like I said, this is where it's at. So any questions coming in very quick before I move on to the next thing, before I want to share with you today, because I'm kind of excited about sharing what we're doing next and where we're going next with the Everyday Athlete program. So any questions I can possibly answer for you guys based on what I've shared today. I'm here, make the most of me. Hilly says it's great to see more folks in the EA program. Yes, it sure is. Great to have you guys on here today. I wasn't expecting so many coaching clients to come on here today. Hilary, I'll hold you accountable tomorrow morning. That is for certain. So, thank you so much for listening in, hearing me talk about these simple concepts, but hopefully something you can take away with fairly easily. Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to spend just 10 minutes going over some kind of a very special offer that we've created to help you, if you're interested, get started on the Everyday Athlete journey. If that's something you're interested in, give me a hell yes, give me a yes in the chat box, and I'll share with you something exciting that we're launching on the 4th of September. Just give me a hell yes, give me a yes if it's okay for me to carry on. Rich says yes, yes from Paula. Connor's raised his hand. I'm going to take that as a yes, as a hand raise. Tilly says, of course. Yes from Alex. Awesome. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to share with you today. Very, very simply, very easy. On the 4th of September, for those of you who are in the Everyday Athlete Coaching Program, you're doing this anyway, so you're already part of it. But for those who are not, we're opening up our doors for the first time to be part of the kind of like the 6-week Everyday Athlete Challenge. Now, sorry, I missed this slide completely, but this is like drinking from a fire hose today with all the information we've gathered today. Okay, so if anyone feels like that, feel free to enjoy that while we last. So, we want you to be part of the 6-week Everyday Athlete Challenge. And here's what you're going to get if you decide to be part of it and sign up for it here. You're going to start working with one of our Strength Matters expert coaches. Essentially, that's going to be me or Phil. Okay, we're heading up the whole coaching program. This is what we do, and this is our day-to-day life. So you are going to be working with one of us, specifically hands-on. That's Phil, who's our head of performance, who's in charge of designing all the programs. He's the brains behind the operation, and I'm behind the whole overseeing how things are going. So first of all, that's who you're going to be working with if you decide you'd like to be part of us and work with us on the 6-week challenge. Now, Hillary, who's here today, that's a quote from her. I'm going to have her on here. And she's already messaged in the box today. That's what she said, and this is what she has to say. So the types of people involved with this program vary. We have Hillary. We have Adam been involved with us before. He's a personal trainer. And we also have Mark, who just within 21 days, this is what happened. Like, Mark's one of my favorite stories because he came to us with such high blood pressure. He was such in bad shape as well from the doctors. And in 21 days, he's dropped 12 pounds. The doctors couldn't believe what happened. And he's back on the road to, getting himself fit and healthy again. So that's kind of like here. But the key thing was, if you look on the photos on the right-hand side, it's his difference in posture. Okay, it wasn't just about his fat loss or his blood pressure coming down or his resting heart rate coming down. We're pretty impressed with his improved posture, and that's a big part of the course. Remember, mobility and flexibility comes first before anything else, and it's a big focus of what we're doing. So, if you're part of the Everyday Athlete 6-week challenge starting in September the 4th, you're going to be part of this. You're going to get access to one of us as a coach. We will be your coach for the entire time, who you can message and chat to all the time. So, the second thing you get is access to an online workout portal. Okay, so that means something like this. You will have your workouts emailed to you daily. You will have the ability to upload your photos before and after. We can track your weight. We can also track your progress. For example, I'm using examples of me with my 1 mile run time and my 500 meter row time down here. But we're going to add specific targets for you to go and work through over time so we can monitor your progress and hold you accountable, make sure you know what you're doing, and that we can see progress. Because if we don't see progress, that's when we know we need to change things with you. It's a very hands-on template. It's a hands-on program. It's very personalized, and that's the whole purpose. It's not a generic template. You're working with a real person who's helping you formulate this whole structure for the whole program. At the same time, working with a community all over the world to get these results. It's kind of fun. So you get access to this online training portal where you'll get emails like on the left-hand side here sent to you every day. And also with every workout and every warm-up, you will get descriptions on how to do each exercise, the videos on how to do it. It's such a simple tool. It's such an easy way for you to see things. There's no thinking involved. All you need to do is be a part of it, get the emails, get everything coming each day. So this is a part of our online training portal. Okay, so the second thing you get access to is an online habit coaching portal. This is the magic source where we can monitor you for the other 23 hours of each day. Okay, so to be part of our leaderboards, you can get instant access to our steps challenge, our monthly rowing club, and our running club at the same time. And we will see and track all this data about you. There's other things in here as well, but I can't show you on the screen. But we're going to see how you're sleeping, what your activity level's like, what you're drinking, how you're sleeping, what you're consuming. And each week throughout the challenge, we're going to give you something else to focus on and keep adding up over the course of 6 weeks. Now, Linda's just asked, do participants also communicate with each other or just a coach line? There's going to be a private Facebook group. You can communicate on the leaderboards and give each other hell and some stick every now and then and wind each other up. This is This is such a brilliant way to interact. So everyone's competing with each other. There's no ties. Everyone's here. You're part of a global community. And I say global, we've got people from all over the world part of this. Okay, we've got people from Singapore to like Australia to San Francisco to Tokyo, all even Aberystwyth in Mid Wales, where I am based right now. Okay, so that's how it goes. Everyone's talking with it. So Linda's have a look in the chat box. Hillary's very kindly answering some questions in there as well. So this is awesome. So you're going to access to our habit coaching app, where we're going to monitor your steps, monitor your water, and we can even monitor your bed making skills if we really want to do that and go that far as well. But the key thing is we monitor. If we see something's lagging behind, we're going to give you the gentle nudge you need to keep going. Okay? Because Big Brother is watching the entire time. It's such a personalized service. Trust me on this. So you're going to get full access to the Expert Strength Matters team. That's me and Phil. You're going to access to our online workout portal. You're going to access to our online habit coaching portal. More importantly, you're going to get all the workouts and daily habits you need for the next 6 weeks. Okay? That's a total value of $2,500. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you $2,638. That's crazy. I'm not that much of a fool. And there's two ways we could go about this. One, we could make this, which is a high-end service, extremely expensive and limit and improve the quality, or we can make it stupidly cheap and get as many people as we could into here and go out to the entire Strength Matters network. We went for the first option, okay? We wanted to have a reasonable price where we could offer the best service, which is what we're all about, so people can jump on, be a part of this, and get involved with the community and feel like they're having personalized attention. If we get thousands of people into this, it ain't going to work. Quite simple as that. We're not going to get a personalized attention, so we're focusing on this. So how much is it going to cost you? How much is your investment? How much is it worth to you? But first, just ask yourself these questions. If all this challenge did was stop you dieting forever, gave you the habits needed for lifelong health and fitness success, gave you the accountability you need to kickstart your health and fitness goals, would it all be worth it? How much would it be worth to you if we were able to do that? Think about it for a moment. Think of all the diet books you bought. You probably bought, if you're out there on a weight loss journey, how many diet books have you bought over the last 10, 15 years and invested in? Are they still working for you? Or could we find a potential reason or method of changing the cycle, changing the system to get you involved and create these lifelong habits so you can become the everyday athlete? So would it be worth it to you if we can stop you dieting forever, gave you all the habits needed for lifelong health and fitness success, and gave you the accountability you need to kickstart your health and fitness goals? Would it be worth it? Give me a couple of yeses or nos in the box if you don't think it's worth it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and see if this is part of what you want to do and be a part of. Because I think it would be. I personally would be. Particularly because if you did work with me one-on-one, it would cost you just under $1,000 a month. And that's just 2 times a week working with me. Nothing else. That's what we charge. That is our going rate if you were to work with me one-on-one on a monthly basis. And there are waiting lists at the moment for that. So here's what you're going to get. I'm just going to make sure you know exactly what you get. For the total value of $2,500, you're going to start working with an Expert Strength Matters coach. That's either myself or Phil. You'll get full access to our online workout portal. You'll get full access to our online habit coaching portal. And you'll get all the workouts and daily habits you need for the next 6 weeks, not the next 21 days, for the next 6 weeks, for a total value of $2,500. And you can get started today for just $129. That's all we ask. That is how much we believe here and how much we want to help people out there. Okay, 6 weeks programming, all that combined here. So you can get started today for just $129. Do you think that's worth it? Do you believe that's worth it for you? Now, you have 2 options. You can do nothing, and that's okay. You can take what we've shared with today and impart it and use it for yourself. And I really hope it's useful. Okay, I really do hope you implement it and start using it immediately. Or option number 2 is you can take a leap of faith, essentially. It's a leap of faith into trusting us and seeing what we can do. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Even at $129, you can have it at risk-free. we like to, guarantee our services as well as our products. So if after the 60 days, if after the 6 weeks, you haven't got results, you haven't got where you want to get to, we will refund you 100% of the money back, guaranteed. No questions asked. If you don't like, if you don't think it's worth it, you don't think it's been useful for you in any way, shape, or form, we will refund you the money, 100% question, no questions guaranteed. Okay, because we want you to do. We are so confident this system will work for you and how this will go about doing this. And we have all the clients' results and with testimonials behind it that we're happy with you all. And if not, if anything happens, you can get your money back 100% risk-free. So, just to recap one last time, here's what you're going to get: full access to an expert strength matters coach, full access to an online workout portal where you get your workouts emailed to you daily. You'll get interaction with our coaches daily. You can track your progress and monitor your progress daily if you want to. You're going to get our online habit coaching portal. You can track your steps, track your water, track your food, be part of the leaderboards and be part of the challenges and engage with our global community. You're also going to get access to our private Facebook groups, and you're going to get all the workouts and daily habits you need for the next 21 days. A total value of $2,538, and you can get it today for just $129. Now, I'm going to share with you the link. So if you want to be part of this and sign up today before we pull this down, because this is only for a limited time offer, I'm posting in the chat box now. So if you want to be part of the challenge, I'm going to press play and get back to the screen now. So to be part of the challenge, click on the link in the chat box, go to the sign up page, be part of it here now. This is a limited time offer, and more importantly, we'll throw in some extra bonuses as well for you, which include a full everyday athlete assessment, which will be a 7-day protocol, so we can find out exactly whether you're a rookie, explorer, or a pro, go through exactly what our personal training clients are going through. And we'll also give you a head start, an extra 2 weeks worth of challenges and workouts leading up to the challenge. And we'll also give you the 7-day mobility course to work on your mobility, to get used to the system, so we hit the ground running in September. Okay? So Linda's asking, question, how does it work with existing activities, martial arts and kettlebells? I'm not looking for an additional workout. Linda, it's entirely up to you. There will be 3 workouts a week, so you pick and choose as and how you're going to do them, and there'll be challenges around walking, and there'll be challenges around your drinking habits. Okay, so yes, we totally understand people have sports, they have everyday activities, but entirely up to you. Now, there will be some kettlebells in there, I can guarantee you that, because we're a big fan of kettlebells. But there'll also be stuff in there that people don't necessarily do that takes you out of your comfort zone. Okay, and you'll see those more and more when you go through the actual everyday athlete assessment. Like I said, this is we want the world to see what we're doing. It's a very new, unique system. We want to be part of the process, and I'm here to ask and answer any questions you may have if you have anything about it. But again, full access to us as a coach, full access to our online workout portals, full access to our online habit coaching portals, and all the workouts and daily habits you need for the next 60 days. And as an extra bonus today, if you sign up today, right now, we will give you access to a 7-day everyday athlete assessment protocol to find out exactly if you're a rookie, an explorer, or a pro. And we'll give you an additional 7-day mobility workout, which is a workout a day for about 20 minutes to work specifically in mobility. And for anyone on here who's done that with us before, you'll understand how much and how cool that is when you go through it. So simple, so easy, and you get a head start on everybody. So I'll leave it with you. You have 2 options. 1, do absolutely nothing. Take the knowledge we shared with you today, and impart it. Go with part as friends. Awesome. I'd love to see you again on another webinar where we'll share with you some more stuff. Or option number 2 is take a risk. See you on the inside with our coaching protocol. It's 100% risk-free. You've got nothing to lose, quite simply. We're here to help. We're here to see you get results. And if you don't get results, we'll give you money back 100% guaranteed. That's it. So I'll open the questions. Who's got questions about this whole program? Who's got questions about this whole training plan? Let me know. I'm here to help you guys and answer anything that you may have. Who wants to come back on another webinar sometime, maybe as well? Nolene says, training for a marathon right now. Would like to do this after it. Where's your marathon, Nolene? Would love to hear where you're doing it. Tara says, James, I'm thinking about buying this for my hubby. Is that feasible? Absolutely 100%, Tara. In fact, you'd be surprised how many husbands and wives actually, once one of their husbands or wives start jumping on these things, they actually get their partners to do it as well. It's quite funny. You won't be the first person to do that and motivate them. In fact, if you when you get into the group, speak to Danielle Womack, because this is one of the coolest stories ever. I should have shared this earlier. Is that she started doing the program, and not only has it changed her health and fitness, and she's a powerhouse anyway, but her husband has started walking more. Her kids are more active. They're getting out walking more, and instead of like watching TV, they're getting out and being part of the community, and it's just changing completely. If you can, search for Danielle's story on the Strength Manners blog and have a Google it. But that's the thing. It involves the whole family. This is the cool thing about becoming an everyday athlete. It's not just about elitism or one person. It's about everything. So yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see your hubby on the inside, and we'd love to see what happens. Paul says, are the workouts home friendly? Yes, they are home friendly. You will need a basic level of gym kit, and that includes a pull-up bar for one of the workouts. And ideally, if you can get to the gym once a week, to find a Concept 2 rowing machine, that's also part of it. But they are 90% home friendly. We understand that everyone works out differently, and that's the goal. Thanks, Paula, for the question. Ryan, thanks for putting this together. James, you and Phil are very supportive. Very much appreciate it. Welcome, Ryan. Anything we can do to help you, I'm sure we'll be back on again sometime soon, so happy to help. Any other questions coming in? Here to answer. Or more importantly, who signed up already? Because we'd love to know here. Love to know who's getting involved, who's being a part of it. Nolene says, have a half marathon on the 23rd of September, then in full October. Oh, awesome. Good luck, Nolene. Just from my own experience, I hope you're doing strength training along the way as well, because it helps really make you more resilient. So good luck with it all. Please let me know how you get on. Send us an email in with the results. I'm a big fan of trail running. That's my big thing at the moment, is trail running. So Linda says, there's a very decent freestanding pull-up rack on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And even at home, I'm back visiting my parents at the moment, back in Wales. And like my mother's got a pull-up bar in the door, which holds me. I think it's about $10, $15 worth. It's one of those things you put in the door. So you can get one very, very quickly. Connor says, I think I'm locked for TSC in October. Would like to move. Talent won't be signing up, but we'll definitely make changes regarding drinking water steps. No worries, Talita. Wish you all the best. Love to see what's doing. Connor, you absolutely trust me on this. As someone who's been involved with snatching and doing a lot of kettlebell work, the rowing and the rower has completely been game changing for me. Okay, and I mean it wholeheartedly. What if you can't do a pull-up? Don't worry, Paula, we have protocols for that as well. If you can't do a pull-up, we work with you on stuff that you can do without it. Linda says, I'm going to do it. I need support and some goals. Linda, we'd love to see you in there. You know we would, and we're here to help you. Connor, just go back to your question about rowing. If you love doing kettlebell snatches and high rep swings, trust me on this, the rower and following Phil's 500-meter row program on the blog will be awesome for you as well to combine with as part of what we're doing. We do a bit more rowing for the high end if you're a pro on this program, but rowing is a huge thing. Linda, woo, awesome. Hilary says, I still can't do proper push-ups and pull-ups, but I'm doing other variations which will get me there. Yes, you are. Honestly, while people are still here, it's quite funny. I'm going to share the story about how me and Hilary met. When I got back to the UK and got back to Wales, I was in the gym, started training. Hilary found me working out, doing something very different to most people. We ended up talking, and here she is now. She's part of the Everyday Athlete coaching program. The really cool thing is that Hilary is that I hadn't seen her for a couple of weeks. She came back in, and the whole posture has completely changed, and it's awesome to see. She's getting stronger. We'll get you there, Hilary. We will get you there. If you stop keep coming up with ideas on how to do runs and half marathons now. Tara says, I think I'm going to sign up my hubby a late birthday present. Yes, do it, Tara. Absolutely. We'd love to see him in here. We'll happily help him. You never know, he might actually enjoy it. Connor, welcome, mate. Anytime, send us a message. We're here to help. Hillary says, yes, it has. Hillary, I should really give you the mic and you start talking, really, shouldn't I? Any questions? We're here. Look, guys, we're here. You know, you'll get a replay to this. Absolutely. Paula says, sorry, I have to leave. Hungry family will discuss with my husband. Absolutely, Paula. Take care. All the best. But any more questions coming in before I start to close things up and wrap things up? Look, I say, I'm here for you guys to help support you. Anything you've spoken about today, anything about the program, look, this is what we're here to do. Good info. Thanks to you. Welcome, Linda. More than happy to help. Great having you on board. Awesome. James from Tara. Thanks, James. Much appreciated, especially it's already on the EA program. You're welcome, Tara. Great to have you on board. Any other questions? Any other questions here at all? I'm here to help to close things off. Connor, is it a conscious move to push away from life, strength, and integrate cardio? Sorry, Connor, can you rephrase that question? Is it a conscious move to push away from life, strength, James, and integrate cardio? I think I understand that question, but one of the biggest things we found, and I'll give an example of me, Connor, is that I went down a specific route. I'd gone from a team sports player where I'd done a lot of cardio, a lot of running, a lot of team sports stuff in rugby. So yeah, I'm just looking at the question coming through. Thanks, Connor. Sorry, pure strength. Is it a conscious move to push away from pure strength, James, and integrate cardio? For me personally, Connor, yes. It is a very conscious decision. It's about me changing my whole philosophy, and Phil as well in a lot of respects, and what we've seen in the research and we're seeing results with clients. What I've found is that over the last 7 years, I was going down a very powerlifting type route of programming, and I was quite simply I wasn't training my heart. The heart's one of the most important muscle in the body. And a big thing for me was I started doing some things I wasn't able to do, particularly in the athletic world, and then my feet were rooted to the ground. And it kind of opened up this can of worms that we've decided that you can still integrate strength and pure strength with cardio. And in fact, the kettlebell is a good tool. It's a fantastic tool. However, we now know and we firmly believe that it's not the best tool for cardiovascular capacity. It's not. Our programs for the rowing machine and the assault bike and even running are where it's at here, but it doesn't affect your gains in pure strength. You can modify it and you can adapt it, but our philosophy now very much with our training principles is you need to train your heart and train your heart first. Okay, the heart is the core to everything else, but it doesn't mean neglect your strength. It just means you need to train your weaknesses. And that's what we're finding with a lot of people, particularly who have a powerlifting background, is that we're finding that where their weaknesses are and trying to bring it up to a more suitable level for everyday athleticism. Does that make sense? I hope I've answered that question. If not, let me know and I'll answer it again. Linda, no access to a row machine. Is that a deal killer? No, it's not a deal killer, Linda. There is an alternative. We just ask you to be able to move without pain and be able to run without pain. If we can find a row machine, that would be awesome. It'll help with the program. If not, there is an alternative. Okay. What are the dates? Are they negotiable? The date starts on the 4th September. That's when the whole world starts. And that's when everybody's starting to train and work on. So the 4th September is when everybody starts the program. Now, there are people who can't make certain dates, and we can able to push it back a week or so. But just bear in mind that you may not be working at the same time as finishing at the same time as everybody else. So they are slightly negotiable. Just need to let us know in advance. Any other questions? Hope that helped, Bob. Questions have been coming in thick and fast so far. So literally let me know what you need to know here, how I can help. Is everyone finding the link okay? If you haven't found the link to log in, let me know and I'll just pop it in again because you probably missed it. There's the link one more time if you would like to sign up and be a part of the whole program. We'd love to see you there. All right, so if there's no more questions, if everyone's taken on board everything that we've shared today and they feel comfortable with what we shared and talked about, thanks so much for being a part of it. We've really enjoyed your company. I've really enjoyed your company. I've enjoyed sharing with you what we're doing and behind the scenes here. And hopefully, those simple things we've talked about today will work wonders for you in the future. So, last chance for any questions coming in. Like I said, you have two options. One, do nothing, and that's absolutely fine. You don't need to be part of the Everyday Athlete challenge or program. Totally get that, as long as you start implementing these key steps to health and fitness. Alternatively, be part of it. Be part of the community. Jump on board. Find out who we are and what we're all about, what our training philosophy is. You never know, you might surprise yourself. It might help you achieve things you never thought quite possible. So, last chance for any questions coming in. If not, a fond farewell and goodbye. So if you're still there and you still hear me talking, let me know. Just say a quick hello or goodbye in the box before I shut everything down and close up for the evening. Connor, thanks, James. Linda, thank you. Adios from Tara. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it. I start later today. Thanks. Awesome. And just so everyone knows, there will be an email with the replay of this coming back out, and there will be specific links for you to sign up to the program. Just bear in mind that this offer is only valid for the next 3 days. Okay? So you have 3 days to make your mind up and make a decision, but we only have a certain limited availability for it. So the sooner you can jump on, the better. Okay? Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate your time. Yes, Hillary, I will see you tomorrow morning bright and early at 7 a.m. And for now, as I say back in Wales, ciao for now, as I say in Canada. Have a great day. Take care.